Yo, what up, guys? James Bishop Horn, Single Dash Tribe in the building. So, I was talking about a little something that's very important to me. And we're still in the quarantine, we're still in the lockdown, so, I had to walk to the store to grab a few things, but in my walk into the store, I wanted to talk about the concept of it takes a village to raise a kid. You know what I mean? So, back in the day, everybody used to have this phrase, it takes a village to raise a kid, and when you're younger, you really don't understand that concept, Especially in this day and age, everything's really, really different. Like, kids aren't being raised by the village anymore because everything is so PC. Everything is so politically correct, Nobody can have opinions. Nobody can, be an individual. Everybody has to be a product of society, But at the end of the day, it's one of the things that destroyed the family culture. See, it takes more than two people to raise a kid. A kid is raised by the community that they're involved in. When I was a kid, my community was very big. I had my mom and my dad. Then I had people at my church. Then I had people at the karate club, because we used to take karate. Then I used to do this thing called Royal Rangers at the church, which was like the Christian Boy Scouts. I did so much things with people in the community that I was kind of indoctrinated into that community. Now, the reason why it's important for you to have a tribe when raising your kid, especially as a single dad, is because A, it lets your kid see other people that are doing positive things, It gives them a perception of what successful people do, That's A. B, it gives you more control of the way your kid is raised. For example, if you have your kid in that tribe and every tribe member has kids and you guys are all a part of it, all part of the community, you know exactly who your kids are hanging out with and where they're at. You have more control of the situation. Kids are automatically going to want to be rambunctious and rebellious. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, you want to be able to control as much of that rambunctiousness and rebelliousness as you possibly can. So if you have friends and leaders in the community and, colleagues that have kids, people that you have close communication with and that and those kids become your kid's friend, then in essence, you have more control, because if something goes down, you can reach out to your kids, friends, parents, and they'll be straight up with you because you know the type of people that your kids are hanging out with. So it's very, very important to have that tribe, you know what I mean? Because the better the tribe, the better you're off your kid's gonna be. Now, they say, James, what kind of people or things should we have in the tribe? Okay, and I'm gonna tell you. First thing you need to have, as my friend Kim likes to put it, is a sacred masculine energy, and you gotta have sacred feminine energy. So that means you wanna have good men, good, righteous, upstanding men who have kids, who are professionals, who have professions, who have good energies, who have their heads on tight. You need to have good men in that tribe, because good men is gonna set the tone. Like I said, any men around you and around your kids gonna teach your kids how a man is supposed to act. So if you have a bunch of fuckboys in your tribe, then your kid is automatically gonna think that's the way that, a man's supposed to act, You have a bunch of, scandalous women in your tribe, same thing. So you need to have good men that have good values, men that have their head on, tied on straight, you know what I mean? Men that are about their business, and men you want your kids to look up to, you know what I mean? Because your kids are always gonna look up to you first, and then the men around you, So, sacred masculine, sacred feminine, you gotta have sacred feminine. Make sure you have some good women around you in your tribes, good, upstanding, smart, beautiful, intellectual, strong women, Hey, those women are gonna help you become a better parent, because like I say, women have a keen sense for parenting because that baby came from their stomach. So naturally, they're parenting, they know a lot more than your ass does if you're a father, you know what I mean? And two, it's gonna teach your son the type of woman to look for. It's gonna teach your daughter the type of woman to be. So you always gotta have good women. If the mom's not around or the dad's not around, make sure that you implement some good role models for these kids, because kids are like sponges and they're gonna absorb whatever's in their environment. So those are the first things you need. Second, you need spirituality. Now, whether it's a, traditional spirituality, I got some friends that are Muslim, Islam, I got some friends that are Christian, Jewish, I got some friends that are atheists and believe in science. But whatever it is, make sure you have some type of spiritual foundation, and you have spiritual leaders, and those spiritual leaders have kids, which you can, have your kids play with, and they could grow up together. Because having a sense of spirituality is grounding for kids. You know what I mean? It's grounding because their world is moving around, everything's changing, especially if their household is split up. Having that spirituality is really, really a good thing, a necessary thing, you know what I mean? So, spiritual leader, gotta put that in the tribe, you know what I mean? So we got the masculine, the feminine, spiritual leader. I like to throw an athletic leader in there too, Put your kid on the team, football team, basketball team, karate, something that's athletic, so it can teach them how to be a team player and teach them how to take instructions and teach them about winning and losing. A lot of time in our world right now, people don't want to tell their kids about losing. And losing is a part of life. You can't win unless you've lost. So you gotta make sure that you got a strong, athletic, leader that can teach your kid, how to play on a team. Because playing on the team is very, very important when it comes to child's growth, especially in a family. The family, every leader, well, not every leader, every person has a role. Some of the leaders, some are the, ground layers, some are the quarterback, some are the running back, some are the coach, But if a kid can learn how to be a part of a team, then they're really better off, you know what I mean? So those are my 4 things. But if I were you guys, get as many positive people involved in your kid's life, as you can. They only have one childhood to live, y'all. One childhood. And since they only have one childhood, you have one chance as a parent to make it right. So get as many positive people as you can. Don't do this thing where you're selfish with your kids, Because at the end of the day, children are sociable. They're social creatures. And you want your kids socializing with the right people, the people who's gonna build them up, the people that have the same values as you, the people who are gonna, help them and nourish their minds, So that's why I think that the tribe is very important. Remember this, your kids are gonna have friends. Now, you can either put some good people in their life that they could grow up with, or they can find their own friends. And trust me, your ass do not want to deal with them finding their own friends. Anyway, like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you think. You think there's other people that should be involved in the tribe? Any ideas like that? Tell me what you think in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one, man. We out.